My expectations were high coming into this course, knowing that this was the premier critical incident training program in the nation.
My experience with the course wasn't what I expected. I kind of thought it was going to be just another course to get you to learn how to talk with people. And really what it does is it makes you listen to people.
My understanding of what the CIT course would be, basically would be just how to better talk with people, how to get people to go willingly with you to the hospital or whatever resources you have set up. So, if you were okay at talking with people, you'd just get better. If you weren't very good talking with people, it could help you improve on that.
I thought that it would be another mental health training that was going to be kind of basic, and it wasn't going to be something where they actually understood what law enforcement do. So had relatively low expectations coming in.
Coming into this, my expectations were here, whereas where you go to most training, you kind of come into it about mid-level. So my expectations are very high.
It was a great experience. I anticipated a lot of scenarios. I was nervous about that, but I think everybody else was as well.
The classroom, the core content was highly developed. The instructors were all informative, well-knowledge, and they were encouragers too.
They really empowered us and empowered local resources to get us together, to get us in the right path, so we can really make meaningful change for those that are having mental health crisis.
It has far exceeded any expectations I ever could have had. Joe and Jesse have been vulnerable with us, and just like we want our people we're working with to be vulnerable with us, they've allowed us to see their authentic selves, and it's really provided me an opportunity to understand why they do what they do and give me tools to be successful when I'm working with my community.
I've been doing this job for 14 years. I went to many classes, 4 hours, 8 hours, entire week, and this is the most fun and education at the same time that I've had.
After every scenario that we did, they coached us up as well as what we could do better, what are great things that we did during them. I can't offer enough good about what's been done on this course.
It's obvious that Jesse and Joe have a plethora of experience with this, and I just love that they're passing on their experiences with us, their stories with us. The scenarios, the role plays, they're good just to kind of get, obviously role plays are always a little bit awkward because it's not real, but it still kind of gives you and gets you in the practice of using those active listening skills that you should be using. I've taken other classes before, like hostage negotiation level 1, has some parallels, but I really like the emphasis in working on the active listening skills because they're so important.
To me, this just adds to my set of skills. Of course, same thing goes for the other officers, to their set of skills. It's like a buffet, you take what you want, there's so much. Sometimes you take what you want, sometimes you take what you need. At times you might take too much, but I think too much is better than not having enough in your tool set.
This is something I've always kind of taken to heart. I enjoy most in my career dealing with people when they're at the worst in their lives. When I came into this course, it was looking for something to make me better in that. My goal when I start the day is I always ask God, I'm like, hey, make me an instrument for you. What this course did, it provided a system. And that's what I really like about this. Now you have a system that you can actually put into practice.
I do have a background in some mental health education, and it's provided me an opportunity to rethink some of the old things, incorporate some new things, and blend it all together to be successful in the field.
It's easy as patrol officers to want to just solve problems all the time and move to the next call because we have other things we have to do. But if we spend a little bit more time with the consumers in our community, perhaps that will help us not to have to come back again, right? Because we don't really want people to keep calling police over non-police matters. So if we can get them the help they need, it's going to help our overall community. And this course really helps with that.
It really does make you dig deep regarding how you treat people. And it makes you think how you could have handled certain situations differently in the past and maybe reinforce that. Not everybody walks the same path as you. It just reminds you to be cognizant of everybody else's environment, their feelings, their state of mind, and maybe their understanding of what life should be like.
I would definitely recommend this training. You learn about yourself, You learn about the people you deal with, you learn strategies, you get to role play and actually do hands-on stuff before going back to your department. It seems like you have a long time in a week. It goes by fast, so it feels like a lot of information in a short amount of time.
I would highly recommend this CIT training to any law enforcement officer that takes the job seriously, specifically now. You can always say, that sounds like it'd be a great thing to do in the future, but why wait?
I've already talked to some of my colleagues throughout the state of Iowa this week and told them about it, and I haven't even completed the course yet. And so it's something where I absolutely see the value, and I think it's something that, whether it's incorporated into state academies as people go through it, or whether it's brought into individual departments for training, I would absolutely recommend SolutionPoint CIT training.
I will now say honestly that I did not volunteer to be here today. I am a hostage negotiator. Don't love scenarios. I don't love to be in front of my peers, going through scenarios, although I do it every day at work. So that was my biggest hesitation. And if anyone's holding back for that reason, I will say that the way it's broken up here is perfectly set up for our personalities.
And I'll be more than happy to share it with them when I go back to work next week. I sure hope there would be a reason for them to bring me back here, because I really love it. I wouldn't mind going through it again.